Hi, Tom here. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts. You are not the story you've been told, or the reflection in the mirror that sometimes feels like a stranger's staring back. You are the awareness behind all of it, the quiet, eternal presence that existed before your name, before your memories, before your first breath. But somewhere along the way, we forgot that. We started believing that we are this vessel, this collection of flesh and bone, this moving structure that houses something so vast it can never be measured. We started believing that if we changed the body, the hair, the clothes, the image, we might finally feel whole. But that's a lie, isn't it? Because no matter how we decorate the vessel, if the spirit inside is ignored, the emptiness remains. We've been tricked into thinking that the body is us, that this form defines who we are, what we deserve, and how much we matter. But the body is just a temporary garment, a sacred instrument. Yes, but not the song itself. The real you is the silence before the sound. When you close your eyes, when you strip away every label, mother, father, friend, worker, dreamer, who remains? That stillness, that awareness, that's you. That's your spirit whispering, remember me. The body ages, it scars, it changes shape, it blends, breaks, and someday it'll return to the earth. But your spirit, it was never born, and it will never die. That's not poetry, that's truth. You felt it before, in those moments where time stops, when you watch the sunset and feel tears rise for no reason, when you hold someone you love and realize words can never capture that feeling, when you dream and your body lies still, but your consciousness roams free. That's your spirit reminding you, I'm not trapped in here. We live in a world obsessed with surfaces, filters, appearances, titles. We're taught to chase what can be seen, touched, and owned. But the most important part of you is invisible, untouchable, infinite. You are the music playing through the instrument, not the strings or the wood. And once you remember that, life becomes lighter. Pain still happens, but it doesn't own you. Fear still visits, but it can't define you. Because when you identify with your spirit, everything that happens to you becomes something happening for you. Every loss becomes a lesson. Every scar becomes sacred. Every ending becomes a beginning. When you live only as the vessel, you live afraid. Afraid of time, afraid of failure, afraid of death. But when you live as spirit, you realize there's nothing to fear. You are the witness of time, not the prisoner of it. The spirit doesn't compete. It doesn't compare. It simply is. It knows that everything has a place, a rhythm, a purpose. It knows that pain is a teacher, not a punishment. It knows that love, real love, cannot be taken because it never came from the body. It came from the eternal within. Maybe right now you feel lost or disconnected or numb. Maybe you've been through so much that you've started to believe your soul went quiet. But let me remind you, your spirit is never gone. It's just waiting for you to turn inward, to remember that you are beyond the noise. You don't need to find yourself. You just need to stop identifying with what you're not. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your mistakes. You are the one who experienced them and learned and grew and transformed because of them. You are the light that watched the storm and chose to keep shining anyways. Sometimes it helps to look at your body like a trusted friend. It's carried you through everything. Every heartbreak, every triumph, every sleepless night. Your heart kept beating when your mind wanted to give up. Your lungs kept breathing when the world felt too heavy. Your body has been your loyal companion, but it's not the master. It's the vehicle your soul chooses to experience this world. And when you treat it with gratitude instead of obsession, it begins to harmonize with your spirit again. That's when you start glowing, not because of makeup or filters or muscle, but because your soul is finally shining through. Your spirit doesn't care what you look like. It doesn't care what you own or where you've been. It cares only about one thing: expression. It wants to express love, creation, truth, connection. That's why when you do what you love, time disappears. Because your vessel and your spirit are finally aligned. When you create, when you dance, when you help, when you forgive, you are remembering who you really are. You are spirit in motion. So, stop identifying with your vessel. Start identifying with your spirit. See yourself not as the wave, but as the ocean moving through it. The body may change. The story may twist. The world may shake. But who you truly are will never be touched. You are light having a human experience. You are consciousness wearing a temporary disguise. You are eternity pretending to be fragile. So you can remember how beautiful it feels to rise again. If you take anything from this message, let it be this: the moment you stop identifying with the vessel, you stop suffering as one. And when you remember you are spirit, you finally understand. You were never lost, never broken, never less than divine. You are simply asleep in your own creation, waiting for the day you whisper back to yourself, I remember who I am. And when you do, your entire world begins to change. Not because it has to, but because you have. You start seeing through the eyes of love. You start walking with purpose. You start treating every living thing as an extension of yourself. Because that's exactly what it is. So breathe. Feel that heartbeat, that rhythm of the universe inside you. You are not your vessel. You are the vast, beautiful, infinite spirit within. You are the light behind your eyes. You are the love behind your pain. You are the eternal behind the temporary. And it's time to remember that. Take care and be calm.